I really don't even feel like I should have to say it. You guys see exactly who we're about to take a look at today. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you today. And as you can see, we're going to be taking a look at the My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys Todoroki Shoto, and man am I excited because this is my favorite character from the series, so I had to save this one for last. So let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging so we can dive right into the figure itself. Now for the sexy packaging, it's nothing we haven't already seen. It says McFarlane Toys at the top, a couple of the heroes up here as well. We do have the window packaging where you can see the figure. It says My Hero Academia right here, image of Todoroki right there, Shoto Todoroki's name at the bottom. Of course, we do have the ridiculous price that I paid for it. It does say Shoto Todoroki on the side, Funimation McFarlane Toys. On this side, it just says My Hero Academia with the same things. And then, of course, on the back, we do have some of the figures in the wave that I've already reviewed. Here's an image of Todoroki himself, full body. And, of course, all of McFarlane Toys' social media. Go give them a follow if you haven't already. Now, let's go ahead and bust this guy open because I'm ready to see what this figure is all about. Now, straight out of the packaging, this guy is exactly what I was expecting him to be. I figured they would change a few things up from the prototype that I saw at Toy Fair, simply because Ochiko and Kirishima looked a little bit better. This guy came out to be about the same, and that's not a bad thing at all because the articulation and the look of this figure is phenomenal. So it's not like I had anything to complain about in the first place, but I just figured they might change some things up because we all know that prototypes do tend to change sometimes. And so as far as looks, they nailed it. There's only one issue I have in terms of looks, and I'm going to call it one issue. It's actually two, but it's the hair and the paint where his eye is burned. It's supposed to be a much, much brighter red, and actually now that I'm noticing it, his eye is supposed to be black, his normal eye. So I don't know why they went with red for that one. Don't make no sense. But still, other than that, I gotta be honest, the figure looks nice. I have no complaints outside of those. They got his outfit nailed completely all the way around, and the paint on it doesn't look bad at all. I don't see any splotches or anything like that. The articulation looks like it's gonna be decent. They even got these weird things that he has in his pants, these little outlines all the way down to the boots. Now, I've had a little bit of trouble standing him. I'm hoping it's just mine, because I didn't have that issue with the one that I played with at Toy Fair, and I'm hoping I just might need to break in the feet. But the skin tone looks really great. The way that they went from this dark blue to the skin tone, it actually worked out. As you can see, it kind of came over just a little bit, but that's not too bad at all. Once you bend the elbow, you'll barely even notice it. The face looks a whole lot better than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I had plans to remove this head and replace it with one of the statue versions like I'm going to do with Deku. But this guy, he's not bad. Like, I've got to give it to him. I really wish that that red was a lighter color. Other than that, I can work with the eye. The eye being red for whatever reason, I can work with that. I just wish it would have been the normal color. But anyway, let's go ahead and put this guy back so we can see how tall he stands. So I'm not sure how many of you guys saw my Mezco Pennywise review, but I'm having the same issue with this figure that I had with that one, and it is standing him up. Like, no matter how I pose his feet, it's very difficult for me to get this guy to stand straight up. Now, I can pose him, but I think the issue is, I don't know if I'm right, I hope I'm wrong, but it really looks like the left leg is just a little bit longer than the right. I don't know if that's the issue, but no matter how I stand him, he's always leaning more on that right leg. So I'm going to try to measure him without using the stand. To the bottom of his foot here and to the top of his head, he is right at 7 inches. So he's definitely taller than Kirishima and Ochiko, which is correct. Todoroki is a pretty tall character, and just holding this figure in hand, you can tell it's pretty tall, but I don't know how he's going to scale with All Might. That's what I'm more worried about, but we'll find that out a bit later in the video. Now, as far as articulation goes, he does look up about that much. Not much. Of course, it's hindered by the collar. He looks down about that much. He can move his head around very well, so there's no issue there. His arm goes up and out about that much before you're forcing it. He does have a butterfly joint, but it's not really effective. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in that much, so that's awesome. Of course, his hands are on a ball peg, so you can move them around very well. Now, on to what I really like. I'm not sure how they designed this, but it has the same exact design as the Shigaraki figure. And so you can crunch this guy forward very, very far, and you can crunch him back. And as you can see, underneath, he still has shirt. Now, if you push it even further, you can see there's a little bit of gapping in there. But of course, no one needs to move it that far back anyway. But it is there. His foot goes forward about that much, so he can kick up really high, actually. He can kick back about that much. Splits almost completely. You don't have to worry about that at all. He doesn't have any kind of thigh swivel in there, so that's not happening. Double jointed knees, as you guys can see, and it works well with these sculpted lines on the pants, so I like how they implemented that. I really wish he had a boot swivel, but he doesn't. His foot goes down about that much, up about that much. He does have a toe hinge, but that one does not want to work. Let's try this one. This one works a little bit better. I'll have to play with that one. And of course, he does have ankle rocker as well. So articulation wise, he's definitely fine. I just wish I could stand him better. So far as accessories, you don't get very many, but one thing I will say is that he comes straight out of the package with 2 fist hands. Not 1, but 2. And of course, just like every McFarlane, he does have to come with a pair of, we're just going to say gripping hands. He comes with a pair of gripping hands. And he comes with a flaming accessory for his left side and this really sick ice accessory for his right side. This one I actually like more than the flame, and it makes me want to buy more ice accessories. I'm going to have to see if I can find any by Bandai or something, because this is sick. And lastly, of course, just like every McFarlane, he comes with a stand, and it's just a My Hero base that you can peg the foot into. So not very many accessories, but he comes with what's necessary, I suppose. Now for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the Figma Deku, the Figma Bakugo, and the McFarlane Toys All Might. And as you can see, he is way too tall. Todoroki does not even stand close to All Might in height, so this is very inaccurate. Next up, here he is standing next to the McFarlane Toys Ochiko, the McFarlane Toys Kirishima, and of course the McFarlane Toys Shigaraki. And once again, this guy's just too tall. Really, all of them are, because Shigaraki's a tall character. He should be towering over them. But I don't know where the scale went for this one. Lastly, here he is standing next to the McFarlane Toys Justice League Classic Superman and the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z Super Buu. Now, as a major fan of My Hero Academia and Todoroki being my favorite character, I have to try not to be biased at the end of this review. This figure is pretty damn dope though. And if you've seen the Ochiko or the Kirishima review, then you kind of already know what to expect. It does capture the character straight out of the anime with a few minor details that are lacking. And for me, those only details are the fact that the eye is the wrong color and the hair and his scar are just a little bit too dark. Other than that, the outfit is fine. The articulation is decent. The effects that he comes with definitely make the figure, especially compared to the other 2 figures in the wave that didn't get any. That makes this figure all the better for me. And so, obviously, he's my favorite out of the bunch. But in terms of it just being a figure itself and rating it based off of what it is, it's an okay figure. It's definitely not going to be one of my faves. I'm still more stoked for the Figma. Hopefully they don't let me down. But this one is going to be more than just a placeholder. I can definitely say I'm going to keep it in my collection. I'm going to enjoy posing it. And I really hope that you guys enjoy the photos. So if you are a fan of My Hero Academia, pick it up. automatically pick it up. I feel like anyone that gets their hands on this will enjoy it for what it's worth. If you enjoy the All Might, the Deku, the Shigaraki, the Bakugo of the first wave, this wave is definitely worth it. I can honestly wholeheartedly say that. This wave is worth it. They've gotten better. They've showed progression. And so that's all I want to see in action figures is progression. They're slowly getting there. If they can get rid of these damn trigger hands, I will be happy and just start giving every action figure 2 fist hands. So pick it up. That's all I got to say about it. Now, I hope you guys do enjoy this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And make sure to follow me on everything you see listed in the description below so that you can keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. As always, I'm Animated Heroes and I'm out. Peace.